People, I'm back. I would say we're back, but I'm back, but not my guest, but we're here. So how about I do that? We're here. What's good, everyone? This is Big CED, Industry Cosign. Back with another. Oh, wait a minute! I didn't put the ticker up. With another edition of My Friends Are Better Than Yours, and until you show me otherwise, I'm always going to feel that way. And this is being brought so that way you can find out why my friends are better than yours. Even if we have the same friends, then you may already know that. But anyway, once again, Big CED. I have I've known this guy for about 2 weeks now, and I met DJ Hard Hittin Harry. I'm going to do a little brief intro because you know how I do, and then we take it from there. And then it's going to be an interesting conversation, I promise you. And we did not plan for this. I planned to Harry's beard has been like that for like 90 years. Mine just started like yesterday, so I'm trying to catch up. So, I'm trying to catch up.
But I grew this. I grew this during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? This wasn't
Me
here.
too.
I used to have this. Yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
I used to have this, and I used to have this was bald. Like I had no top hair. I just had this. So this was pandemic. This is all pandemic. I haven't shaved it off since.
Well, the only reason why this is because it can't grow like consistently. So
it's not happening. All right.
It took 50 years for this to connect. So I'm okay right now with just this. Right. So it's like, let it be. But anyway, right. DJ Hard Hittin Harry, I don't want to mess this up. Born in Port-au-Prince, Haiti, and raised in Montreal, Canada, and Newark, New Jersey, has had a remarkable career spanning over 40 years in the music industry. Yes, he as old as he looks. He has showcased his talent in clubs through mixtapes, internet, and television, establishing himself as a versatile and accomplished figure in the world of DJing. Harry's skills and contributions were recognized when the father of hip-hop culture, DJ Kool Herc, presented him with a plaque on October 3rd, 2009, which is the 25th anniversary. No, 14th anniversary. 15th anniversary of him being presented with that plaque. Y'all see, I'm adding on as I read. So, celebrating his 30 years in the industry, this acknowledgement affirmed Harry as a supreme spinner, master mixer, and divine DJ. Further solidifying his influence, the Haitian Roundtable Organization inducted Harry as one of the Haitian American changemakers of the United States on November 9th, 2019. This honor was presented by Mona Scott Young, an entertainment mogul, and Dr. Jeff Gardera, I hope I said his name right, American psychologist. Based in Brooklyn, Harry captivates audiences with his diverse mix of music genres, including hip-hop, R&B, soul, funk, reggae, punk, rock, soca, Afrobeat, Haitian compass, zouk. If I'm pronouncing any of these wrong, oh yeah, my bad. House, compas, Haitian compas, house, techno, and more. His mastery of these genres is evident in every event and party he DJs, leaving a lasting impression on attendees. A pivotal moment in Harry's career was with his association with other Haitians that we all know, the Fugees, in 1993, meeting Wyclef, Lauryn Hill, and Pras. I'm pretty sure Lauren was late at that time. Now let me stop. At New Jersey Booga Basement Studio. Y'all can tell that I'm on something already with that, like just starting. But anyway, he became their official DJ and contributed to the promo of their debut album, Blunted on Reality. Harry's talents also extend to publicity work. Starting as an intern at Double Exposure PR firm in Manhattan, shout outs to Angelo Ellaby, he quickly rose to senior publicist in just a month, holding the position from 1994 to 1997. Subsequently, he co-founded Meridian Entertainment, a boutique PR company representing various artists and brands. As a DJ, Harry has held residencies in several New York venues, performed at numerous corporate events and media outlets. His appearances include Pix 11 Morning News, Fox 5, and Fox 5 Good Day New York, in addition to being featured in publications like Metro New York, Details, GQ, New York Post, and now the Industry Cosign. Harry is a multifaceted Caribbean contributor who, alongside his cousin Jimmy DJ Super B Bria, co-founded 30571. Huh? My bad.
That's okay.
Co-founded 305-718 Music, a music and film production company, achieving success with their documentary short film Dear Father. I'm almost done, people. Bear with me. Harry is also a dedicated philanthropist, supporting Haitian organizations and promoting Haitian culture through his work with nonprofits. He proudly promotes and showcases Haitian culture and heritage as host of the Haitian Allstars Radio on WBAI 99.5 FM. Harry was honored for his work within the Haitian community with a proclamation by the New York City Council on May 18, 2023, Haitian Flag Day. His recent performances on the Capitol Jazz Super Cruise 2024 and residencies at notable venues like the Apollo Theater highlight his ongoing relevance and skill in the industry. DJ Hard Hittin Harry has had a successful journey and remains a significant figure to watch in 2024 and beyond. My peoples, welcome my man, my brother, and friend who's better than you, DJ Hard Hittin Harry.
Dear friend, thank you for having me, Big CED, man. I appreciate you, man. You know, I love you, bro. I mean,
love you back,
back
my
when
brother.
back when we first met in during my tenure at Double Exposure as a publicist, you know, I would reach out to people like yourself for write-ups, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you always took my phone calls. I think we even met one time. I came up to your office, and I don't know which client it was. I don't know if it was Capadonna, if it was Patra, or whoever it was, but you always showed me love. And then, you know, when we finally met, I was like, that's the dude from the MC Light video too. I was like, you know, when I started to get to know who you were,
Yeah.
like, that's the dude from the MC Light video, you know? And I was like, wow. So I was always super geeked out to meet you too, you know what I mean? I was like, you know, as a hip hop head, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, wow, you know? So
Definitely.
I just want to say, man, thank you for having me, man. It's been a lot of years.
No problem. And it's funny because like when I'm having conversations with people and they'll like say, yeah, you were in the MC Light video. And it's so funny that there are people that are just now realizing that, like, even like today, 30 plus years later, because like some people will say, well, how come you never said that? I'm like, well, one, I'm so much more. I've done too much over 30 years to be boxed into an MC Light paper thin video that I did in 1987.
Right.
And like I said, I'm not gonna wipe away my past, and I'm always gonna acknowledge that. Shouts to MC Light because like she always gives me love, and I just laugh because I tell people that I can cure cancer. I can become president of the United States. People be like, weren't you in that MC Light video? So I got to live with that. I have to live with that. But you know what? That's not a bad thing. I started her career off.
It's not a bad thing.
I started her career off. I'm
That was
always
good.
going to say that.
That was good. You said cure cancer too, right?
Nobody knew who MC Light was until I appeared in her video.
Exactly.
So let me
shout out to Light.
Yeah, definitely. Let me go to your beginnings because we all have a beginning. We all you know, let the people know exactly like, okay, you started in PR first before the DJing or what I mean, I know there's different stages. So okay.
Right. No, the DJing was always a staple in my life. I've been DJing since like the late 70s, early 80s. You know, living in North Brick City, New Jersey, running with my little crew. You know what I mean? So I always got into, you know, vinyl and DJing, and then radio. You know what I'm saying? After high school, I studied radio and television broadcasting. So I went to this school in Manhattan, and I studied radio and television broadcasting. And ended up working at a station, Seton Hall University Radio, WSOU, and you know, developed relationships like with Bobito and stuff like that, you know, from doing radio, and then linked up with the Fugees. So I'm giving you the fast story, you know what I'm saying? Giving you the fast story. This is all Jersey. Linked up with the Fugees, became their DJ, and then did the early promotion for Blunted on Reality, the first album.
Yeah.
So I was the one that was like, doing the Sony showcases and grinding with them, doing college shows and stuff like that before the score, and doing all that legwork with Taish Harris. You feel me? Like that was the really early Fugees days, on the road with Escape. You know what I mean? Escape. So it was like those were the beginnings, and then I got fired. The story is really dope because it's like every time that I lost a position or a situation, or I got fired or I got a door closed, another one open, and you hear that all the time. But the Fugees situation was a situation where Praz came to my house and told me that we're not going to be using you for a tour that we got coming up for Europe. So they were like, we're going with another DJ. Shout out to DJ Leon. But it was kind of just like, dag, I put in all this work, and I'm just being very honest. You know what I'm saying? It was a period where this is a group signed to Rough House, Sony, Columbia. So I was super excited to be on board a situation. So when Prize came over and told me that they're going with another DJ, even though it didn't necessarily mean that I was donezo, right? Yeah. It was just that they decided to go with this DJ for this tour. I used that opportunity to say, what am I going to do next? It was kind of like, all right, what are you going to do now? You feel me, said? It's like, okay, what you going to do? Well, the double exposure opportunity came my way. My man, Vince Carroll, I don't know if you know Vince Carroll. Vince Carroll called me up and was like, yo, I'm looking for an intern, at this spot. I'm at this spot called Double Exposure on 7th Avenue in Manhattan. Are you interested in interning? You know what I'm saying? And little did I know that situation would be the gateway to a world of PR that I never knew existed. Yeah. I didn't know what PR was per se. I knew what the word, but not actually doing the act of mailing out press kits, calling up people on the phone to follow up on press kits. Can I get a write-up? Can I get this feature for this? Can I get a cover story for that? Reaching out to BET. Can I get my artist on Teen Summit? Reaching out to Rap City. Can I get my artist on Rap City? You know what I'm saying? Like, those are the real grinding situations that I got thrown in.
Yeah.
So little did I know that Vince was about to leave. He was about to quit. Like, he was, so what he was doing was, and I don't think I ever told this to anyone, but we're talking now. He was basically getting me ready so that when he leaves, I would be able to take over his position. Yeah. And so I was like, wow. So I didn't know that then. So my first day doing PR, I'm doing PR for Granddaddy Yayu. You know what I'm saying? I meet Mr. Magic. I'm putting press kits together for Granddaddy Yayu. The next day, we were doing a homeless center where we would be going down to Newark to feed the homeless. And right after we fed the homeless, we went to City Hall, and IU gets a proclamation. And all the press is there. Star Ledger, The Source. I don't know if you were there, Industry Cosign, but you know what I'm saying? It was crazy. And that was my first introduction to PR or a PR campaign or a PR, what do you call it? A
press
PR
run.
situation. Press run or what PR, it's another word for it that I'm trying to find in my mind. It's slipping my mind, but that was that Angelo had this guy in City Hall they put a proclamation, gave him they gave him a medal back then. They put a medal around his neck and he had the proclamation, and Mr. Magic was there. I still have those pictures. That was my first day as a publicist. And I was like, wow, this is PR. Then maybe 2 weeks later, Mary J. Blige comes up to Double Exposure with Casey, and she's doing artist development with Angelo. Angelo's barking on her because he's like, yo, he had her 10 worst videos, right, propped up in front of a VCR, made her sit down in front of the VCR and watch her worst interview said, I watched Mary J. Blige break down and cry. Like, oh my God. She was mortified at stuff that she was doing on camera.
Yeah.
Angelo was barking on her, like, yo, you see that? You can't do that. You see that? You can't do that. I was like, what am I doing? Like, you know?
What did I got myself
dope.
into?
It was dope. Yeah, but it was dope because it was like my introduction to the world of artist development / image control, and I watched the master at work, you know. And shout out to Angelo because he just had a street renaming ceremony.
I just want to say, I was gonna mention that
too. You saw that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
You know, so shout out to Angelo Ellerby who really gave me a chance. Yeah, I started at Double Exposure for a month as an intern, got hired, started making $200 a week, and then maybe a month later, Vince bounced. Vince bounced. He jetted, and I took over his position as senior publicist at Double Exposure for the hip hop and reggae department.
Yeah.
And my clients were Soul for Real. I did Soul for Real. I did Drew Hill. You know, Luke. You know, it was just nonstop, man. Like Damian Marley, early Damian Marley, Patra. I was at the Source Awards with Patra when Suge Knight got up there and said what he said.
I was there.
You know what I mean?
Sir.
I was there. He was there.
Yes.
I was with Patra. You know what I'm saying? I was with Patra because Angelo made me take Patra to the Source Awards, and Patra and I recently just reconnected on the StreamYard platform as well, and it's on YouTube, so you can check that out. The whole conversation with Patra and I, you know, just reconnecting. But we talked about that, you know, how we were there. Like I had to take her to the Source Awards to get the photo ops, and because she was a presenter for Biggie, you know, she was the presenter for Biggie for the award that Biggie actually won, which was I think Best New Artist or something like that. I forgot, but that was an experience, man. So yeah, man, that's like that was my Double Exposure years, you know, and I ended up staying at Double Exposure for 3 years, from '94 to '97, and then got fired again.
I think you're just a bad employee.
No, you know what it is? Let me tell you what happened.
Nobody likes you.
No. Nobody liked me, right? No, actually, I did an awesome job. I was killing it. You know what I mean? I was doing my thing, made a name for myself as a publicist, and then KRS-One reached out to me. KRS-One, the legend, reached out to me in the middle of the night at my crib and said, I need a publicist because I'm going on tour. I'm going on tour tomorrow. And I need a publicist.
It's a good thing he gave you enough time.
Yeah, it was crazy. He was like, I'm going on tour tomorrow and I need a publicist on a US, like about, I think he did like maybe 13 cities. So he wanted publicity in each city that he went to. So I was like, yo, Chris, I'm working at Double Exposure. I can't just drop what I'm doing. I have a job to do your publicity campaign. Back then, moonlighting was like frowned upon. You know what I'm saying? Angelo wasn't going for that. But I did it anyway. He said, I'm going to send you $2,000 right now. $2,000 to your account. He's like, I'm going to send you $2,000 right now. If you jump on my campaign, boom. I was like, all right. So I called my then business partner, Lisa Chase Patterson.
Yeah.
And I said, yo, KRS-One just called me. He wants me to do his publicity for this tour. She was like, do it. I was like, but I work with Angelo. I can't. She was like, I'll do it. I was like, all right, bet. So I was fronting her the contacts, like it's in each city. You know, I'm sad to say that's what I was doing, Angelo, but that's what I was doing. I took the money from Chris. We bought a computer and a fax machine. We took that $2,000, put it back into us. We bought a fax machine and a computer, and Meridian Entertainment was born. So Lisa was like, you know, she handled the tour, you know, for Chris, and I was still at Double Exposure, you know, just kind of feeding her the contacts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Angelo found out.
Of course.
He actually found out because Loud reached out to me as well on some, can you do my publicity? Can you do publicity for Yvette Michelle? You know what I mean? And I was like, all right. So I took that client too, at the same time as KRS-One, and another poetry group from Jersey. So we had three independent clients while I'm still working at Double Exposure. Angelo found out. I'm sure it had to do with Yvette Michelle, and fired me. Walked in one day, he was like, I heard you're doing PR on the side. You can't serve two masters. You're fired.
That's
I was
Angelo.
like, yeah, that's Angelo. And I was like, wow. So I cried, went to my office, packed up my stuff, walked out the office, and I called my partner and I said, yo, I just got fired. She was like, good. Now you could jump into our own company, Meridian Entertainment, you know? And it was all uphill after that, you know? Never looked back. You know, Angela Thomas gave us one of our first projects, like independently. She called me up. She was like, heard you're not at Double Exposure anymore. You know Angela Thomas.
Yeah.
She said, I'm gonna give you this artist called Myron. She was at Island Black Music. And she was like, I'm gonna give you Myron. Boom. She gave us Myron, that was a check, you know, and it just kept going on and on from there. You know, we started getting a whole bunch of clients, Wu-Tang Records, you know, Burger King, and on and on and on, man, you know. So what do you do when one door closes? You just open up another door, right?
Another three open, right?
Yes.
So how did that morph? I shouldn't say morph, but how because as you said, you were always DJing. So when did you decide to take up DJing full time?
Full time, 2007. 2007. I was living in Brooklyn. My youngest daughter was born, Molly, and you know, it was after. You know, it was after, you know, she was a child. It was after 9/11, that whole situation. I had moved to Brooklyn, and one of our last clients was John Cena, the wrestler. He was champion and he was doing WWE. He was killing it, you know. And John had a record out called "You Can't See Me," with Freddie, produced by Freddie Fox. I don't know if you remember that. You know, they had the 18 video. Remember that?
Yeah.
So Freddie produced his album, and Freddie had the plug for WWE through John Cena. So he reached out to me and Chase, and he was like, "Yo, I need a publicist for this album." We got it. It was a nice check. You know what I mean? It was a nice check, a WWE check, just to do PR for his album. And that was like, after that, Chase and I, you know, we split the funds. She went her separate ways. I went my separate ways. I stayed here. She moved to Georgia. And then I said, you know what? You know, it's time for me to really jump into this thing and go in full time.
Yeah.
So I just jumped into it, man. I just jumped into the DJ circuit, you know, pool, doing gigs. I was in New York now. You know, I was living in Jersey, but then I moved to New York, and I just, you know, started doing a lot of gigs, a lot of, you know, just kind of put my name out there. You know, people knew me already, but, you know, as a DJ, they didn't really know, you know, what my skill set was. So I started to do just a lot of gigs, you know, clubs, lounges, you know, weddings, you know, whatever it took, man, you know. Yeah, man. Got to do the weddings.
Whatever paid the bills. Definitely.
Whatever pays the bills, man, you know. But more importantly, it was just really fun to really go out there and really to say that I'm doing it for a living, you know what I'm saying? So it was really, you know, it hasn't always been easy, but, you know, at the same time, I'm grateful for the brand that I've built, you know. And when you read my bio, I'm like, dag, you know, it's like a lot going on over the years, but truly grateful, man, truly grateful, you know, blessed.
How did you end up at our favorite place that I did? Well, I did parties after you left, but, you know, Negril Village, because I was the best promoter they ever had. Right, Sim? Thank you. How did you get up in
Shout out to Sim.
Yeah, shout to
Well,
Sims.
yeah, yeah.
Because I think I got
I'm
there
gonna
like
tell.
about a year after you. I know when I got there, um, he was looking for promoters, and his cousin Shawnee had introduced me, and I was unsure because I'm like, I don't know the Grill Village, and then I ended up being there for 14 years. Who does that? But
Real.
you know,
Yeah, you used to do that the downstairs, man. You used to kill
yeah,
that, man. You
yeah,
know. My relationship with Negril actually began back when I was at Double Exposure.
okay,
One of my clients, Reggie Stepper, wanted to go there for an interview. We had some interview, and that, you remember the other Negril, the other one in
yeah, on
Chelsea? I think it was
23rd
in
Street,
Chelsea. Yes.
yeah,
So that was my first introduction to Negril. And Reggie Stepper had this song called Original Kimbo King,
yeah,
Kimbo
thinking
King.
now,
So
yeah, yeah,
yeah, okay, so that was my introduction. And then years later, man, I think it just happened that I just walked in there and I met Sim, I met Marva, and they gave me an opportunity to do the downstairs, you know. So I started doing downstairs. I think on a Friday. I think I used to do Fridays, and then,
yeah,
like, I'm telling you, it was one of the best gigs that I ever had. DJing
yeah,
at Grill on Friday nights, man. It was amazing, You know, and just did Fridays for a while, and then I left and came back. I did brunch. I used to do
yeah. I
Sunday
remember, yeah,
brunch.
yeah,
So the relationship with the grill has always been there. And then when Sim partnered with Soko, he brought me over to Soko as well.
yeah,
You know what I mean? So I did Soko. I opened Soko. I actually opened Soko, the build out and everything. Once it was done, I came right in there. Shout out to Soko. Shout out to Mark. And shout out to Sim, Marva, man. Just the
yeah,
experiences. They was always very kind to me. Very
yeah.
kind to me always. And my loyalty always goes out to them. Even when they reopened just recently,
Oh, so
Sim
wait,
reached out, because
Soka still open?
no, I'm talking about in the grill
Oh, the grill. Okay, okay,
when they
gotcha,
opened post pandemic.
gotcha. Okay,
But
yeah,
dig
okay, okay,
this.
gotcha,
I don't know if
gotcha.
you know Miss Icy's Kitchen. Miss Icy's Kitchen,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
the spot that he opened. Yeah. So when during the pandemic, um, Sim reached out, and everything was really crazy. With the pandemic, and everybody didn't know
yeah,
what was going on. Everything was shut down. He reached out to me and he was like, "Yo, I need to know if you could, spin for me." So I was spinning for him, promoting Miss Icy's Kitchen in Georgia, in Atlanta. You
yeah,
know, so that was like during those uncertain times when all the DJs were live, I'm live, all the DJs were live, and
yeah,
then that was one of the first bookings that, like, Slim actually still put money in my pocket,
yeah,
by just DJing and going live under the Miss Kitchen's IG, Miss Icy's Kitchen IG. So yeah, man, just salute to Sim, man. Always got a show. I hope he sees this too.
yeah. I spoke. I still speak to him like either via IG. Every time. Well, the last two times I went to Georgia, I was supposed to go by his restaurant, but then he always disappears whenever I text him. So
Oh, hmm.
I'm like, I think he disappears. He looked at the phone and is like, yeah, I dealt with him for 14 years. I don't need to deal with him anymore. No,
I just said,
you know.
nah,
But
man.
yeah,
You just had a
those are
baby
definitely.
too, so shout out to Sim,
Yeah,
man.
I was just about to mention that because that's definitely his pride and joy, and it's funny because literally maybe 2 days ago I saw I think he was on live, like playing records and or video or reel whatever, and I'm like, you don't know what you're doing. And he said, this is what makes me happy because I didn't know. Well, I found out later that Sim eh, eh, Sim wanted to be a producer. He wanted to be a
Wait,
music
I think I
producer.
knew that. I think I knew that. I think I
I,
knew
I
that. I
found that
think I
out,
knew
and
that. Yes.
yeah, and the funny thing is that when I first got to the grill, like everybody told me that Sim hated promoters, but he had to deal with
Hmm.
them if the restaurant needed to make money. And then Shawnee told me that I think somebody else that worked there was like I was the first promoter that Sim actually liked. I was like, yeah, because I'm bringing in money. You have to like me. But Sim was always like, it was always something with Sim. But like he loosened up with me because he just had this like this I hate everybody attitude, and it was so funny. But I really enjoyed my time at.
It is the Sim. He said, I don't know what you think you're doing over there, but you know we got to get this popping. You know,
Yeah,
said
he didn't have that many talks with me when I first
he
got
was
there because of
chill.
course I had it packed. And I remember when I had Uncle Luke there. So when they approached me, I think I
Through
forget who it
people
was, but
through, man.
yo,
You had the high, and you used to celebrate them. You were the birthday. You used
yeah,
to celebrate people's birthdays. That was
birthday
huge.
video releases. I mean whatever it
Is
took. Yeah, I just
yeah,
made
man.
sure. But
What was the
you
name of
know,
the night again? What was the name of the night again?
what it was the 5 Ws. Because when I started after I started industry cosign, I have a section on my site called the five Ws, which of course you know PR, who, what, why, where, and when, and I had a section on the site for that. So my original idea was that whoever was featured, I would have at the party. But I did so much where so many people came at me about doing different things that it was officially the 5 Ws, but people just knew it as like Big CED's night. And but I always promoted it as the 5 Ws every Thursday. And we had that place packed like on
You ever
such a
think of bringing it
regular.
back anywhere? Do
Huh?
you think of bringing it back? Are you thinking
I,
of bringing it back at any other
I'm
venue, or maybe starting
I'm
back
too
up again?
I'm too old. I am too old.
Too old.
I don't have the same energy. And people always ask me, and I'm like, every time I say I can just do one and then see what happens,
Where were you
I
living
just
at
don't
the
do it.
time?
Huh?
Where were you living at the time? Where were you located at the time?
What, you talking about living?
No, where were you located at the time? Yeah, where were you living? Like, where was
Oh,
it?
in Harlem.
Where? Are you in Harlem? Okay, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, from the
nice.
Bronx, then I
Yeah,
moved to Harlem. So,
gotcha.
but I just have this brief story about the Uncle Luke because Uncle Luke, of course, is known for his rowdy shows back then. So when I told Sim, when I told Sim Uncle Luke is going to be there at a party, Sim gave me that look, and I was like, I assure you, I'm going to let them know it's a family restaurant. So
Right.
I'm going to make sure that he doesn't bring out the
Yeah.
booty dancer, this, that, and the other. So what ends up happening, the place was so packed. Now, when they started the show, I was near the bar. And when it's crowded, it's going to take you like 3 hours to get from the front to the back and vice versa. So I'm at the bar and I hear them say, oh, blah, 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 blah. And then Luke grabs the mic. And I'm looking at Music Rocket like, yo, why didn't you let me know?
Yeah,
Yeah, Music Rocket. And Sim is there that night because Sim Sim always come. Now Sim is slick. Now Sim is not going to come around unless he knows it's something that he wants to be involved with or people that he likes. And I know you, Sim. Yeah, you used to do that. Act like you didn't want to be there, but exactly. So when Uncle,
if there was possible that you might take a peek at some booty up and
no, but this is the funny thing. So Luke had about two or three of his dancers, right? So me and him were chilling like near the booth, like for the majority of the night. So like I said, but I was at the other side. So when they decided to start, I'm looking like no, because I'm like I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm like trying to get through it, and it's just so crowded. I'm trying to get through it. Nobody's letting me through. So he didn't literally started performing, right? So the girls was by the side. Then I saw Sim on the stairs looking down.
oh, the front looking down. Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
I specifically said to Uncle Luke, I'm like, listen, this is a family restaurant. I'm like, let me make my money every week because if this is going to go the way your show usually goes, this might be my last night. I said,
Right.
I don't want to go out in a bang. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to make money, but then I'm not going to be able to make money weeks after that. So what ends up happening is that they are there. They kind of made enough room where the dancers were able to do things, but it was tame, but it was typical. I saw the look on Sim's face. Sim looked like he's about to like kick everybody out. Like he had that look on his face. But then when they started doing the show, it was tamed down, but they were doing it because that's what he was known for. I looked up at Sim because I'm like, this is it for me. Sim was smiling, and I'm like, oh,
Okay.
we're good. So then I
We're
finally made my
good.
way there. Luke is looking at me smiling because he knows the look on my face. I'm looking at him like, yo. And I didn't know Luke, but we met that night and we vibed. And of course he knew who I was because we talked about it for like 2 weeks. So by the time the performance ended, that place was jumping. Everybody was on their feet. It was like, I mean, I'm pretty sure the Negril Village shook that night. Literally shook. But that was the tamest I've ever seen an Uncle Luke show. And this was when he was still hot. It was when he was still going on stage selling out
No doubt.
arenas.
Don't stop.
And
Get it.
yeah. And when he did Doodle
Wow,
Brown,
that's a
I
great
was
story.
like, this is gonna be it. I'm like, this is where Sim is gonna be like, everybody out, said don't ever talk to me again. In fact, I'm not even
Last
giving you
night.
the money. Yeah. So, but everything worked out. Everybody was happy. Sim was probably the happiest. Yes, Sim, I'm talking about you. Sim was probably happy because I saw the smile on his face. But for me, it was relief because at that moment I didn't care about anybody else's reaction but Sim because I was making good money, and I'm like, I don't want this to go away. There were some nights.
Exactly.
There were nights where I literally made thousands of dollars one night, 5 hours. And people didn't understand. It's like, having that place packed because sometimes I come out with $20. So those $1,000 nights was always great. And I needed to have more of those, and but Sim at the night, I looked at Sim, he was like, yeah. Sim was, he's like, yeah. I was like,
Very, very easy.
yeah. And he was like,
It's all right. It's all right.
but he was happy
because
because, of course, the bar made money. People, and the thing is, as long as I was there, I think it was there for like damn near 14 years. As many bad nights that have happened at the grill, there's never a bad night at my parties. Never. I can have that place packed. And Fridays and Saturdays was always,
Well, let me tell you, I had a bad night, and that I could speak of, but I wasn't there. It was on my night. It was a Friday night, and I was off that night. I happened to be off that night, and one of my bar managers, a dude by the name of Patra, got shot that night. Now he survived.
I remember that.
Yeah. Shout out to Patrick, man. That's my brother. Patrick Gallier. He was my bar manager. He ran the bar. Remember Patrick? He had a bald head,
No, I used to call him.
There was a dude that used to come in. What's it called?
Damn, I forgot what I used to call him. The actor, Tay Diggs. I used to call him Tay Diggs.
Exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
What's wild is that dude that shot him. I knew the dude, like in terms of like he used to come in there. He used to leave a bag by the DJ booth all the time. He was a regular. So he got mad because he got kicked out one night because he was harassing the waitresses or something like that. And, he got kicked out. And so Patrick just so happened to be, he wasn't even the one that kicked him out. It was security that kicked him out.
Yeah.
But he just so happened to be making a liquor run or something like that. He had left the spot and he was outside, salty, ran up on Pat and shot him, point blank. Crazy. And Patrick survived. Like the bullet went in and out his back. So shout out to Pat. And so that my night got shut down for a while after that.
Yeah.
And then and then they brought me back for brunch, so because I wasn't even there that night. I wasn't even there. But I was so tight. I was like, man, I can't believe this happened to my brother, So shout out to Pat, he survived,
he did.
That's my boy to this day. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Negril Chronicles. We got stories.
And the funny thing is, like Fridays and Saturdays always, it doesn't, with a Friday and Saturday crowd, you never know because people are just coming there because it's the weekend. So it was always something. But the Wednesday night crowd, Wednesday used to have problems as well, even the Tuesday nights. So Sim loved me, but he would always be on eggshells. If I had when I had AZ, I did a album release for AZ, and him and Nas hadn't spoken in years. So Nas actually came through because Nas lived in the village at the time, and that was the first time they spoke in years. But like Fat Joe, whenever people come to Negril, Sim used to get nervous, hire extra security, and I would tell him, I'm like, I said, but the difference is that these people are coming because they're my people. Not only they coming to support, but it's like they know me or they know of me where they're not going to come with the bullshit. And we've had some artists that would come with the bullshit, but not on my night. And I would explain to them, I'm like, people like they respect like what I've done and who I am, so they're not going to do it because it's ramifications. Because I was still like doing other things as well, and I had connections. So I was just lucky that we never had like a bad. There was one night where security threw somebody up against the door. I screamed on him because I'm like, yo, there is no way you should be doing that. You come to me, and I made sure, because my whole theory was, you're the point of entry. If you have an attitude, that person comes in with an attitude. We don't need that. We need people to come in happy. We need them to leave happy. If you start the bullshit, they're going to continue the bullshit, because I know how I feel when somebody starts with me at the door. I'm walking in like, yo, fuck this nigga, and this, that, and the other. I don't want that energy. So like I said, luckily, 14 years and not one fight. Like I said, one incident that the guy was pushed up against the door, and somebody came downstairs and got me, and I'm literally yelling at security like, "Yo, don't do this." So
Right.
yeah, I'm happy about that. But I also I want to do, because I know that you are very big. Like I said, I also want to talk about your radio experience, and you're very big with your heritage and your culture, which of course I admire. Yeah, and like let's talk about your radio show, because you still do the radio. You still do the radio show, right? Yeah, you still do the radio show, and of course I know that your heritage and your background definitely motivates you to continue. But like what? Okay, you know what? Let me even take it back a little further. I'm gonna go back to like when we were younger, because we're about the same age. I remember when I was younger, I grew up in the Bronx. I remember where it always seems as if every couple of years, there's always a bad Haitian story, or a bad story, surrounding Haitians, not because of what they're doing, but because of the ignorance of other people. Example, of course, with the whole Donald Trump and that bullshit that he just recently done. But I can remember when I was younger, having Haitian friends and feeling bad because it was always some type of stigma. Like, and I'm pretty sure you of course, you being Haitian and coming up in New York, and of course New York is everybody's in New York, but there's also a lot of bullshit in New York too. How do you handle the, like, being proud, of course, of who you are, where you come from, but actually having to deal with some of the bullshit that you've heard? Because like I said, I don't even have to discuss.
It's nonstop.
What? Wait, say again?
It's nonstop. I said it's nonstop.
Yeah.
It's nonstop. It's like, as a Haitian diasporan, I would say, someone that's been mostly raised here, Haitian American that's been here in the United States mostly all my life. I've been here since 3 years old. It's extremely heartbreaking not to be able to go back to my country. I want to go back in a manner where I could feel safe, where we're thriving, we're doing well, and the economy is good. The economy is great. Tourism is up. You know what I'm saying? Those are the things that I really, because my country's so beautiful. It's a beautiful island, and I want to bring my kids back. It's just that thing. And then you got to worry about safety. You got to worry about the gang issues. What's going on right now with what you hear is extremely political. It's anti-immigrant sentiment. So what you heard that Donald Trump said, on a massive platform, a massive debate stage, a national debate stage, is super political. You know what I'm saying? It's the anti-immigrant sentiment. He has no basis, no facts. it's all lies. Even JD Vance admitted that they made up the story to you know what I'm saying? It's clear, but it doesn't take away the the attacks, the hurt, the threats. Now you got bomb threats, you got kids that are being bullied. You know what I mean? It's just super sad, and it lingered on and on and on, and it was like, and now with social media, the memes. You know what I mean? So it was just really, it's tough. But true Haitians, strong Haitians, Haitians that are really the Haitians that I know, we are resilient people. We are beautiful people. We are people that, we're doctors, we're lawyers, we're in entertainment, we're in medical, we're family, we're not out here just like being reckless, you know what I mean? Like, and so, and cat and dogs are not a part of our diet. Like, that's not it. That's not it. Like, we have amazing Haitian food. And those that know that's ever had Haitian food know this to be true. We have great food, the finest cuisine in the world, straight up, with thousands of dishes. You know what I'm saying? So cat and dogs is to say that Haitians eat cats and dogs and, they're eating pets. I mean, just to tell you how false it was, and even the mayor debunked it. The mayor and all the officials and they were
and Republican at
clowning
that.
them. They were like, exactly. They were saying that the Haitians revitalized the Springfield economy by bringing in all the Haitians in to an economy that was struggling, it was nearly non-existent. Reboosted the whole economy. You got Haitians in there opening up businesses, working in the factories and stuff like that, taking the jobs that the residents didn't want or didn't feel like they, you know what I mean? So it's just tough because it is an election season. So for that narrative to be plastered everywhere was super hard. It was difficult, man. And then you got that bald-headed chick that came out and said what she said and co-signed it, Amber Rose.
Yeah.
She said it. She said it's a known fact that Haitians eat cats and dogs. Man, I had to get on my Instagram and actually cuss her out in Creole. I said I'm gonna jump on Instagram and I'm gonna cuss her out. But it's just that kind of mentality, and it's just tough. So like I said, I have a weekly radio show. It's called Haitian Allstars Radio. My team is called Haitian Allstars. Our show's we were on Miss Lily's Variety in the city before we went over to WBAI. We've been at WBAI for maybe close to 10 years now. Grateful for that platform. 99.5 FM, and also we're also across all other platforms as well. iTunes, Google Play, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, SoundCloud. Because when I record the show, I pre-record the show, but I spread it across all other platforms as well. Mixcloud, SoundCloud, like we're everywhere. And we are the #1 top-rated podcast. You could Google it for yourself right now. Top 20 podcasts will come up at #1, Haitian All-Stars Radio.
That's good.
And I do it weekly. It's not even a paying situation, you know what I mean? But I do it to keep the culture alive, to keep the content out there, to let people know, our music is beautiful, our food is beautiful, our culture is beautiful, and that's really why I do it. You know what I'm saying? I do it for that, and that's basically it, man. I really want to really be able to leave a legacy for my children, not just my children, but for the world to know that I did my part. I did my part in making sure that Haitian culture is respected.
Okay. If you could do anything over in life, what would it be and why?
If I could do anything over,
yeah.
Wow. I don't think I would do anything over. To be honest with you, I don't know if I answered this question correctly, but every particular experience. Yeah, that's my answer, man. Every particular experience I've had in my life has prepared me for a greater situation.
Exactly.
You know, if
Yeah.
I had to go through adversities to get over the rainbow to something greater, you know. So I feel like that. Yeah, that would be my answer. I wouldn't do anything over. I think every experience that I've ever had, even like I even told you, even getting fired all those times. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't have changed it for the world because every single time I got fired, it brought me to a situation that was greater. From the Fugees, I became a publicist.
Yeah.
From getting fired at Double Exposure, forced me to form my own PR
Company.
company,
Yeah.
my own boutique PR company, Meridian Entertainment. It's like I never saw any of that coming. I never saw any of that coming, and I accepted each situation with with grace. You know what I mean? Sometimes it tears definitely. Did tears flow? Absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely. You know, but each time it made me a stronger person. So
Well,
yeah,
that's a good thing because that's what life is supposed to be about. Because once you get comfortable, that's when you either lose or you don't get the blessings that are placed in front of you because you just get comfortable. And I know that
that's
for a
right.
fact because I've gotten comfortable and it's like, oh, you're comfortable? Okay, let's hit you with this. And I'm like, oh, okay, now I get it, you
Yeah,
know. So,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, what is DJ Hard Hitting Harry doing? Like, do you have any future projects? You have anything coming up that you want to discuss? If there are things you have coming up that you don't want to discuss, that's fine. But just in general, like, what is Hard
Well,
Hitting Harry doing?
biggest, yeah, man. Thank you for that. One of my passion projects is in 2017. I did a film called Dear Father,
Yeah,
and it was as a result of losing my dad. You know what I'm saying? I lost my dad in 2017. So, and he and I weren't close. You know, we had a volatile relationship. So I wanted to heal that. I wanted to do something in order to, really heal that my mend
yeah,
my relationship with my dad. So I did a film, and this is after he passed. Actually, this is after he passed. But it's called Dear Father. It's on YouTube, and Malik Yoba is in it. Um, Robert Carnegie, former council member Robert Carnegie is in it. My kids are in it. My partner, DJ Super JB, he's a co-producer on the film, and his kids are in it. So it's a way to tell stories about fatherhood. You know what I mean? Good, bad,
yeah.
and indifferent. So that's something I'm really passionate about because I have 4 children and I have 3 grandchildren.
Wow.
And I, yeah, I have 4 children,
Well,
three
you're
grandchildren.
84, so yeah, that makes sense. So, nah. You look good for a
Nah, but
grandfather.
I'm a
So,
proud 58. Thank you, brother. I'm a proud 58. Um, 2 of my kids' birthdays are next week, Monday and Tuesday,
okay,
respectively. Uh, my youngest, he's going to be 4, and then my eldest, he's going to be 36.
okay.
So shout out to Ngozi, and shout out to Eli. They got birthdays coming up. Libra. I'm a Libra as well. But dear
Happy
father,
belated birthday.
very passionate. Thanks, my brother. Libra power. But I want to do more content. I want to do
Yeah,
more content. I want to do more content to talk more about fatherhood, father issues. Um, there's a lot going on in this world, man, and what that looks like for Black fathers. We need to really talk about it. We need to step up. You know, even down to I want to do more content in terms of just what that looks like for
yeah,
people that are voting. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So and then I got some remixes. Um, I got some. Hold on one second. I got to take this call if I may. If I may, give me one.
That's no good. Do your thing. So, people's, of course, as you can tell, he has to take that phone call. But thanks for tuning in. And as I stated before, Hard Hitting Harry, I've known him. Wow, how many years? But Good brother. Like I said, we worked at Negril Village, not at the same time because I had a different DJ. But by the time I got to Negril, he was, I think, elsewhere. I'm just trying to turn something off, so excuse me for me just looking like I'm not doing something. But there we go. All right, so but I'm hoping that everyone's having a good day. I'm hoping that everyone is focused on doing what they enjoy doing, having conversations with people you love, being in spaces that you're accepted, and things of that nature. Try to be on a positive thing, and I'm going to continue. I don't know what to talk about, but as you see, Hard Hittin Harry had to respond to a phone call, and he's
Sorry about
back.
that.
So I was about to die
I'm
here,
back. Sorry
So
about
no,
that, my brother.
no, it
My
happens.
brother. I hear you still in my ear too. I'm like,
Okay.
yo.
I
Sorry
didn't mean
about
all
that.
those things
Sorry
I
about
said
that.
about you.
Sorry, folks.
So-
You didn't mean anything you said about me.
but I forgot you were
Yeah, we were talking about Dear Father. Sorry about that.
oh yeah,
And then also as far as the music as well, I have a YouTube channel that I just boosted. So check out my YouTube channel. I got like a whole bunch of mixes on there. Um, just trying to increase my subscribers. I did
yeah,
like these remix videos, where I chopped up like Whitney Houston and like, the Doors and just like different situations. I'm a piano,
yeah,
uh hip hop, Biggie. I did a Biggie remix video. Like I took my remixes and I added video content to it, like video mixing, and it's
yeah,
really dope. It's really dope. So when you go to my YouTube channel, DJ Hard Hittin Harry, you'll see you'll see remix videos, and you just click that, and then it'll take you right to the remix videos. But just doing mixes, I just did the Apollo, Rock the Apollo Theater twice actually. I did Labor Day weekend, which was incredible. I opened for Masha Montano, which was incredible. That was like an incredible experience. My first time on the Apollo stage, even though I used to do the Apollo Music
yeah,
Cafe. Shout out to the Apollo Music Cafe. But to actually DJ on the stage was mind blowing. It was an amazing experience. So I just did that over Labor Day weekend, and I just did it last week, opening up for Eric Roberson.
Did
So
you rub the thing on stage?
and
Okay.
the log, the
Yeah, the
tree of
log.
hope, the
Yeah,
tree of hope, the tree of hope. We say the log,
yeah.
the tree of hope, the tree of hope, the tree of hope. But yeah,
So
man,
wait,
it was
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. I was saying that was to me, there's I just want to just say in this space how grateful I am to receive a lot of opportunities that I just never thought. Like I'm standing on the Apollo stage, and I'm like, man, this is the stage that legends touch. From Michael Jackson, James Brown, you name it, man. The Temptations to, even up to current legends like Busta Rhymes, or I
Yeah,
saw D'Angelo perform on that Apollo stage. You know what I'm saying? So just to be on that stage, and I spun opening sets 3 nights Labor Day weekend for Ahsoka King, Masha Montano, and then just recently with Eric Roberson. It's just something that I just never thought that
yeah,
in my wildest dreams. You know what I'm saying? So again, man, super grateful for these opportunities and for still being relevant, and that people still respect my skill set. That
yeah.
I continue to get these phone calls like, yo, we need you to do this, we need you to do that. You know what I mean? So
As long as
I
you're still
appreciate it.
working. As
Still
long as you're
working,
still
man.
working. Yeah.
Available for bookings. Hit me up.
But before we end, I'm not up on Haitian music. So if I want to listen to if of course listening to your show will be how I get up on things.
Best
Like
thing that I would say to do, man.
yeah, and I'm about to say name some of your favorite artists are like people that anybody who 'cause you have a couple of I look I keep forgetting that there's comments and people are commenting and you got a couple of Haitians like Janine the
Where you
that
watching it
cost
at? Are you on
no
Twitch?
no it's not going to show on your end because I keep forgetting because like I said it's on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube
So we're
and the
live
way
on
they
Facebook right now.
yes
Oh, dope. What up,
and
Facebook?
I think yeah, Ken Murph, put Johnny
Murph.
PJ Flory. He said big up DJ Harry.
Yeah, that's Team Haitian Allstars right there. That's Team Haitian Allstars. PJ. PJ has
Janine Dubison. She said Sac Passe. Did I say that right? I said that wrong, right? I know I
No,
said
you
that
said it
wrong.
right. You said it right.
Okay.
What up, PJ?
Let me see. Yeah, there's a couple people. So
Big Murph. Yeah, again, Big
yeah,
Murph
yeah,
double exposure. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? You know, he was one of the, you know, the video shows that I used to reach out to that would always show up to my press days.
yeah.
You know, big up Big Murph, man. You know, a
Actually,
legend in the game.
real talk. Murph was when I decided to do the podcast because it's like my fourth time doing it. I'll do it for like a week and then stop for like 4 years. But when I decided to do it again, before I stopped again to do it again, Murph and Murph was like my first guest. Murph and that other guy that he works with. What's the guy's name? That Matt or I forgot his name, but you know, let me stop. But they were my first guests. I think it was like maybe 2 years ago when I thought I was gonna do it on a regular, but then of course I stopped again. So big up to Murph. But one thing I've been more. This is the most consistent I've been because
yeah, you're pretty consistent. Like, I get your links.
Yeah.
I'm like,
so I was like, I gotta be consistent.
My friends are better than yours.
Yep. So you know, and
nice,
I appreciate
man.
the people
Salute
that
to you,
come
man.
by.
Keep it going, man.
Yeah, definitely. And I expect
you know a lot
more
of people.
because well, a lot of people know me. It's the difference. Now let me stop. But yeah, I want to take advantage because, like I said, the purpose of this is so that way other people will know who my friends are, and they get to hear about them themselves. Because I can talk about you as much as I want, but I want people to find out about you and what you do. Oh, as a matter of fact, before I forget, tell the people how they can reach you, like their social medias and things of that nature. Before I forget, you can do that now because I go off on a tangent.
Man, I'm at Hard Hittin Harry on all platforms. It's right across the bottom. You know, you see it going on. You see it going on. Hard Hittin Harry at Hard Hittin Harry. DJ Hard Hittin Harry is the second page, but at Hard Hittin Harry on all platforms, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I'm on TikTok as well. YouTube is DJ Hard Hittin Harry. But if you type up Hard Hittin Harry, it'll come up. And then the website is hardhittinharry.com. Hardhittinharry.com. And I got to revamp the website, but you know, if you go to the website right now, it's pretty dope. And Twitch as well. I love Twitch. You know, that's been a real community that's been super supportive since the pandemic. You know, since the pandemic, and I developed a nice Twitch audience and following and subscribers on Twitch. So thank you, Twitch, for always showing me love. You know what I mean? So definitely. Yeah, man. But yeah, at Hard Hittin Harry.
Is there anything you want to add or anything else that you want to, you know, bring up that, you know, you want people to?
Yeah, I just want everybody to vote.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's very important. I think, I mean, just to sit out is this election is just too critical.
Only if you're a Trump supporter. Only if you're a Trump supporter, you sit out. But otherwise, no.
I mean, it's serious, man. You know, it's hard to believe it's this close. I look at America like, man, really? You know what I mean? But I just want to say, like, one of the greatest things for me, two things, was being able to use my platform to urge people to get out and vote. Like this year, I just turned 58. Instead of like doing a big like party type thing, I actually did 2 voters registration situations. The first one was at the Rum Bar in Brooklyn, where people came out and, you know, we did a voters registration thing, you know, signing people on the spot in Brooklyn. And then immediately after that, I hooked up with John Quick, and we did the NYC DJs for Kamala. That was on my birthday, you know, at the Penthouse. So I was grateful, and I think that event actually raised well over $5,000 or something like that.
Good.
So shout out to John Quick for that. But what were you gonna say about that?
No, I said I was gonna go to that event, but I hate John Quick. So, but the funny thing is that me and John Quick was supposed to
I'll be
yesterday.
reading y'all going back and forth, man. You know, the Twitter wars are crazy with y'all, man.
Yeah, we were supposed to talk yesterday, but then
the X wars, I should say.
Yeah, well, Twitter. We still say Twitter. That's like saying we still say the West Side Highway. We don't say what's the highway? Joe DiMaggio Highway. We don't. We still say the West Side Highway. So it's like we're still gonna say Twitter.
RFK Bridge.
I was about to say
RFK Bridge.
What's the RFK? That's not RFK Bridge. It's a tri-borough. Come on, cut it out. Or the Ed Koch Bridge. No, it's the Queens Bridge. The Queensboro Bridge. Like, no.
It's right. The Queensboro Bridge.
We're not changing anything. It's
and
like
the radio don't, like, all the outlets don't say it either.
Nah. They just wasted time like spending money to change the names of bridges and streets and things that nature. Nobody calls it. I mean, real talk. Nobody calls like even in Harlem. Every avenue is named after Malcolm X or King. Everyone says 8th Avenue, 7th Avenue, or maybe Saint Nick, because Saint Nick is Saint Nick. But everything that's been like, everything else, like
we say Saint Nick.
Yeah,
Frederick Douglass.
like
we say Frederick Douglass.
We say Frederick Douglass. Yeah, we say Frederick. But no one really says
doubt.
King.
The blacks.
Yeah, it is what it is. But
we're gonna show love.
But we're not changing the things that we grew up. Oh, and what's the Squiggly Highway in Brooklyn? The Interborough. What's the Interboro's name? I forgot what they changed it to, but it's still the Interborough. The Jackie Robinson. The Jackie Robinson Parkway.
Jackie Robinson. That's right. Jackie Robinson Parkway.
We appreciate the fact you name it after a black icon, but it's still the Interborough. Especially if you're over a certain age. You look at the signs like, yo, take the Interborough. People are like, what's the Interborough? I'm like, okay, you're not from New York. I get it. Okay, so the Jackie Robinson Parkway.
New York.
Yeah, so But Harry, I do appreciate your time, man. And like I said, continue doing what you do. Yeah, continue doing what you do.
Keep on going, man. But
I mean, we can.
I mean, like, you, man.
Yeah,
no, I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm losing light.
Yeah, you know what's funny?
I'm getting darker and darker and darker.
And I'm getting hungry and hungry because right before this, I was actually doing my work because I started work late today, and I'm like, I didn't even eat. So I'm going to pass out during the conversation. But the good thing about these conversations that they flow so much where I forgot I was hungry until now. But I'm not going to forget once I click on start recording, because I am going to eat and then enjoy the rest of the weekend because, us as entrepreneurs, we don't really get off, or we're off when everyone else is on and vice versa. So, it is what it is. But I'm glad to see that you're still doing your thing, and good luck with any and everything that you're working on. And the next time you do a party,
let me know. Taking the time.
Nah, no problem. The next time you do a party and it doesn't involve John Quick, please let me know, and I would definitely be there.
All right, no doubt.
Once again, everyone, this is Big CED, Industry Cosign. My friends are better than yours, and until you show me differently, that's all I'm gonna say. So until next time, thanks for tuning in, and then that's it. And
thanks again, man.